this video, I'm going to show you how I got the percentage of viewers watching at the 30-second mark from 46% to over 70% on my recent videos. So something that really upset me when I first started YouTube is that I would spend hours and hours on one video just for half of the viewers to click off before the 30-second mark. And after doing that for so long, I knew that I wanted to focus on improving my hooks so that what I did for the rest of my video would actually start to matter. I searched on YouTube to try to find out how to write better hooks, but a lot of the information was not actual methods to how to write better hooks. Every single thing that I looked at was just basic information that didn't really tell me how I should write the actual hook. And no matter what I tried from those videos, it didn't seem like any of the things that they actually gave me helped me increase my 30-second retention. It really felt like it was making no difference. But then I got recommended this book, The Art and Business of Online Writing, from an Ali Abdaal video. And I definitely would not consider myself an amazing writer or somebody who's all that interested in it at all. But I decided to give it a try because I wanted to improve my hooks so badly. And after reading that book, I am so glad that I did, because he gave actual examples and methods to how to write better introductions to actually hook people in. So after I read that book, I started to put together the key things that I took from the book in order to create my new hooks for my new video. And after using these things, not only did my 30-second retention jump to over 70%, my overall retention on my entire video actually increased too. So step number one to making a killer hook is to come up with a hook idea. Your idea is really the heart of the hook. Sometimes it's not even the words that you say, but the idea that you convey through your hook. But how do you come up with a great idea? The first thing that you need to understand is your audience's desire. Your audience might not know what they want, but you need to understand what they want before they even understand what they want. People do not know what they want until you show it to them. And we can use Mr. Beast's videos as an example. Do you think that when 100 million people came onto YouTube, that they knew that they wanted to see a Lamborghini get crushed by the world's largest shredder? I mean, probably not. But then on top of that, in the hook, he actually shows us that we actually also want to see a life-size village get nuked, a tank shooting pellets at a Lamborghini, and a store getting crushed by the world's largest domino. Mr. Beast understands what the audience wants before they even do, and he simply shows them what they want. And that is a simple mindset to adopt. Understand what your audience wants and show it to them so that they think that your content is invaluable to them. So basically tailor your hooks to get out an emotion from your audience. Make them feel something, whether it's curiosity, excitement, fear, even whatever you feel is right for your audience. Step two is outlining and writing the hook. Every single killer hook is going to start with a blueprint, and the outline that you create for it is going to be the roadmap to understand what you want to do with it. Your hook is not just supposed to be a catchy line or something that hooks them in, but it's supposed to promise them value throughout the entire video. And the thing is that well begun is half done. That is the power of a well outlined hook, because the thing is that if you get off to a great start in basically anything you do in life, your chances of success are going to be a lot better. And if you do a good job of outlining and writing your hook, you can actually guide the rest of your video and make it easier to write the entire video. So how do we create a well outlined and written hook? Here are some methods that you can try that I found helpful from the book, The Art and Business of Online Writing. The hook has to answer 3 potential questions for the viewer. Number 1, what is this about? Number 2, is this for me? And number 3, what are you promising in this video? The viewer needs to instantly understand what they are getting themselves into when they click on your video, because that's when they make the decision of whether or not they want to commit to the rest of the video. If you can describe as clearly as possible what the viewer is getting themselves into when they see your title, your hook, and your thumbnail, and you can get them to say yes to committing to the video, your overall retention is going to increase. And because of that, the first sentence in your video is going to be the most important, and it has to be short and clear. Your goal should be to try to nail the entire point of the video in 10 words or less. And once this first sentence has answered that first question, what is this about, you're now going to have a very limited amount of time to answer their second and third questions. Is this for me, and what are you promising? Here are some outlines that you can use to answer the second and third questions and create a great intro. The 1-3-1 outline. You're going to have 1 strong opening sentence, 3 descriptive sentences, and then 1 conclusion sentence. It's light and it tells the viewer that you're not going to make them sit through half of a video that is just an introduction, because every single one of us hates having to sit through that, because what you're trying to do is lift that weight off of your viewer's shoulder. You're trying to make your video feel light. The 1-5-1 method. It's very similar to the 1-3-1 method, but it just has a few sentences in the middle if you need to add a little bit more context to what your video is about. For the most part, you're really only going to use these 2 on YouTube because they're quick and simple and get the video started fast. But if you want to get the video started even faster, you can start with 1 sentence plus jumping right into whatever you're going to start talking about. For this, the first sentence is whatever the whole video is about, and then you jump right into whatever you're going to dig into right here, right now. The goal is to make the viewer feel like they stepped right into a video as soon as you finish saying what you need to say in the first sentence. And what this is going to do is make the viewer think we are getting straight to the good stuff and we're not wasting any time to do this. So try out some of those outlines, see how your 30-second retention moves because of it, and then use what is best for your audience. So step number 3 is front loading your video. Your intro is basically the doorway into your video's entire soul. It's really no secret that first impressions really matter, because at the height of it all, 80% of your video's success relies on 20% of your video, because if people do not get past the intro, they're not going to see the rest of the 80% of your video. Think of it this way: the strength of your message is only impactful as your introduction. I really want to stress that you need to put as much much time as you can into your hook and your intro, because if the middle of your video is a little bit average, people will be more lenient to forgive that. But if you start off weak, they will not forgive you. And when you front load your video, you're putting all of your effort into the most crucial part of your video. And when you set the bar really high by starting your video off amazingly, it's going to set the pace for the rest of your video, because the viewer knows that they're going to get some more value and quality from the rest of the video. So if there's one place that you really should be pouring all of your heart, creativity, and effort into, it is the intro. So now that you fixed the mistakes that you might have been making with the hooks on your videos, if you want to know some more mistakes that you might be making and how to fix them, then go ahead and click on this video right here.